Before we get into protecting data, think about this like keeping track of your stuff at school. Sometimes it's in your backpack, sometimes you're passing it to a friend, and sometimes you're actively using it in class, and cybersecurity works the same way with data. Data at rest refers to data that is stored on physical or digital storage media and is not actively being used or transferred. Examples include data stored on hard drives, databases, USB drives, or cloud storage, and the main purpose of protecting data at rest is to prevent unauthorized access if storage systems are stolen, hacked, or improperly accessed. Data in transit is data that is actively being moved from one location to another, such as data traveling across a network, the internet, or between systems. Because this data is moving, it is especially vulnerable to interception, which is why securing data in transit is critical. Data in use describes data that is actively being processed or accessed by applications, users, or systems. This data is temporarily available in memory or actively displayed, making it a target for attacks if systems or permissions are not properly secured. Data sovereignty is the concept that data is subject to the laws and regulations of the country or region where it is stored or processed. Organizations must follow local legal requirements for data handling, which is why knowing where data lives is just as important as how it is protected. Geolocation refers to the physical or geographic location of data, servers, or infrastructure. This matters because location affects legal compliance, system performance, network latency, and whether organizations are following data sovereignty laws. Geographic restrictions are controls that limit access to data based on the physical location of users or systems. These restrictions help organizations comply with regional laws and prevent unauthorized access from specific countries or regions. Encryption is the process of converting readable data into a coded form that requires a decryption key to access. It is a core security method used to protect data both at rest and in transit so that even if data is intercepted or stolen, it cannot be read without the key. Hashing generates a fixed-size string of characters from input data of any size. Hashing is commonly used for password storage and integrity verification because even a small change in the input creates a completely different hash, and the original data cannot be easily reversed. Masking is a technique used to conceal specific data elements by hiding or replacing characters. It is often used to protect personally identifiable information, especially in testing environments or situations where full data visibility is not necessary. Tokenization replaces sensitive data with a unique identifier called a token that has no intrinsic value. The real data is stored securely elsewhere, reducing the risk of exposure if the tokenized data is accessed without authorization. Obfuscation involves making data unclear or difficult to interpret. This method is often applied to code or data structures to deter reverse engineering and slow down attackers who gain access. Segmentation divides a network or system into smaller sections to control the flow of data and restrict access. If one segment is compromised, segmentation helps prevent attackers from accessing the entire system. Permission restrictions involve assigning and enforcing access controls based on roles or user profiles. This ensures that only authorized users or systems can access specific data, reducing the risk of accidental or malicious exposure. The key takeaway is that understanding where data is, how it moves, and how it is protected helps organizations apply the right security methods at the right time, and if this helped, consider liking and subscribing for more lessons like this.